Welcome to Virtual Wisdom Finance and Accounting Tutorials. My name is Peter and I'll be your host in this particular tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to number your document using different numbering system. You find that in most documents, like for example, in a trade project, in a business plan, in a research proposal, in a research project, you're supposed to number the preliminary pages differently with the chapter pages. The preliminary pages are normally numbered using Roman numbers, and then we have the chapter 1 all the way to the last chapter numbered using the numerical numbers 1, 2, 3. The preliminary pages, for example, in this particular tutorial, I'm going to use a research project template to illustrate or to show you how to enter the different numbering system. In a research project, we have the preliminary pages. These are the pages that come before chapter 1, the introductory pages. We have declaration, dedication, acknowledgement, all the way to definition of terms. Then you start with chapter 1. So these pages here are supposed to be numbered in Roman numbers. Then starting from chapter 1, you're supposed to use numerical numbers. Now, how do we enter those two different numbering systems in the same document? This is what I'm going to show you in this particular tutorial. So the first thing, we are going to enter the numbers for the entire document. We start with the first section, that is for preliminary pages, and then we are going to edit the second section and enter the numerical pages from page 1 in chapter 1. So to enter the page numbers, you're going to insert, then you click on page numbers, then choose where you want the page numbers to appear. They're going to appear at the bottom here, at the bottom of the page, the position on that page, bottom center of the page. Then I'll click on that. As you can see, we have page number 1 as that. So the next thing, remember we have said the first pages are supposed to be in Roman number. So I'm going to select and then right click and then format page numbers. Then I'm going to choose Roman numbers. Then I click OK. So the entire document now is labeled in Roman numbers. If you go to any section of this document, this is Roman numbers. If you go to the last page of this document, it is still in Roman numbers. Now we need to separate the two sections. We need to have one section with Roman numbers, the other one with numerical numbers. So I go back to chapter 1. So as from chapter 1, I want this page to have a different numbering system. I want to have a numerical number 1, and then these other sections we're going to have Roman numbers. So for us to achieve that, we have to separate these two pages. How do I separate the two pages? I have to separate these two pages using what we call a page break. So I go to the last section of the first to the last page of the first section. The last page is definition of terms. As you can see here, definition of terms is the last page on the first section. So I go at the end of that page, then I'm going to insert a page break there so that I can separate these two pages. So I go here, I go on page layout, breaks, then I go to next page. You click on next page and you're going to, with that you have inserted what we call a page break. If you want to confirm that your page break has actually been applied to your document, what you're going to do, go to Home tab and then select this tool here that is able to show you any formatting that have been done to the document. If you click on it, it's going to show you that there is actually a page break here. There is a section break, and in this particular case, you have separated this page and the next page, which is the page in chapter 1. So again, I'm going to deselect that. So as you can see, I still have the Roman numbers. So for I to be able to change that, because I have already separated the two sections, I just come here and right click, edit footer, and then because it's highlighted, I highlight that and right click, and then I format page numbers. Then in this case, I'm formatting the first page, which is the page in if you look at it, this is where I am. This is where I am. Chapter 1, Introduction. That is the page that I'm formatting. I right click there and then I format page numbers. Then I choose the page numbers to be in numerical values 1, 2, 3. Then I ensure that the radio button here for continue from previous section is not selected. Why? Because if you continue from previous section, it's going to add pages on the last section, that is section 1. And because I want section 2 to have a different numbering system, I'm going to select start at page 1. That is page 1 of section 2 will be page number 1. So I'm going to ensure that continue from previous section is not selected. I'm going to select start at 1. That is the first page will be page number 1. Okay. So as you can see, I can close the header and footer here. So as you can see, I have page Roman number 11, but in chapter 1, page 1, the chapter 1, I have page number 1, then I have page number 2, all the way to the last page, which is page number 7. So as you can see, the declaration page from the first page, that is the title page here, we have page Roman number 1, all the way to the last page of the preliminary, which is definition of terms, which is the last Roman number. And then you start with chapter 1, which is page number 1. Now, the first page, there's another thing you need to note. The first page is not supposed to have a page number. This page number here is not supposed to appear in your cover page. It's not supposed to be there. Now, how do you remove it? It is, yes, it is page Roman 1, but it is not supposed to be shown as Roman 1. Again, I'll come here and right click and edit footer. Now, once it is active like that, I will ensure that this section for different first page is selected. Different first page. Select that. Different first page is going to remove the page number for the first page. Then you close the header and the footer. So if you look at that, my title page has no page number, but the page 2, that is the declaration page, has a page Roman number 2. So this one has no page, but it is number 1. It's only that it is not appearing. Then the second one is page Roman 2, page Roman 3. You go to that, then you go to chapter 1. You start from number 1. Then we have number 2, etc., etc. That is how you do the different numbering system in a document. I hope this tutorial was useful. Let's meet in my other tutorials where I'll show you how to generate the table of content automatically and how to generate a custom table of contents. This was Virtual Wisdom Finance and Accounting Tutorials with me as your host. I hope this information was useful. Kindly, if it was useful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Kindly click on subscribe to this channel. Make your subscription counts. Make your subscription counts if you like the good work that I'm doing. That is the only way that you can support my work, by simply subscribing. It takes you less than a second to click on subscribe. Dial on that, dial on subscription if you like what I'm doing. I'm going to appreciate very much. Subscribe to this channel. You can also click on the bell icon so that you're notified anytime there are new videos, and that might be useful to you. Like the videos, share with your friends, and leave a comment. Comments are good, and anytime you have questions, you can drop them at the comment section. I'm going to look at them and I'm going to respond within a very short period of time. Thank you for your time. Thank you once again. My name is Peter, and I was your host in Finance and Accounting Tutorials. Bye.